Hey guys, it's Mook again, and I'm working on another project. I'm sorry I didn't start recording this one from the beginning. I just kind of started and got carried away with it. But what we've got is a new knife. This is the blank, the As Forged blank. This used to be one of these. I've seen all these videos on guys making knives out of railroad spikes. I wanted to forge one of these out, to draw it out and see what kind of size, how much of a knife I could get out of the mass in one of these. So what I did was got a railroad spike real hot. I did a hot cut right here, took the head off of it, and then just the body of it is what has forged out to these dimensions. I'd say it's probably about 3/16 of an inch thick, easily 1.5 inches wide, and I've got a lot of extra length on either end that I'm going to grind away to get down to the knife that I want. Now the other cool thing I did was I took the head of it and heated it up and mashed it flat, and I'm going to continue to manipulate this a little bit, but what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to make the guard out of the head. Another little bit of the lore that I have picked up on about railroad spikes is some of them are made with, apparently made with high carbon steel, some are made medium carbon, and some are made with low carbon steel. And the lore is that if you get a railroad spike with HC embossed on it, you've got a high carbon spike. I don't really know if that's true or not, but I can tell you that I took one of these HC spikes, and that's what this was. It took a lot of effort to draw this out and forge this out the way I've done it. It's much tougher than mild steel, I'll tell you that much, and it's right up there with the tool steels as far as how hard it is to forge and manipulate this. I'm willing to believe that the HC stands for high carbon. But anyway, I'm going to start dressing up this blade, grinding away whatever doesn't look like a knife, and I'll show you the progress as I go along. I did want to touch on just a minute why I'm making this knife out of a railroad spike this way and not the way I've seen it before. I've seen a lot of railroad spike knives where the maker will I don't know, I guess from about here out they'll flatten this out and turn it into a blade, and then they'll take this and heat it and twist it or do something sort of artistic with it. I've held those kind of blades, and the problem for me is that they're always very, very heavy in the hilt. The balance is all off for me. I prefer a blade to balance right about at the choil or at the guard. So I didn't want to do a railroad spike knife like that. I wanted to, number one, I wanted to see how much mass was in a spike that I could work with, and the other one is just for my personal sense of aesthetics. I wanted to go like this rather than the traditional kind of railroad spike knife that I've seen in the past. Okay, apparently I'm getting a little bit better at the bevels because they're much more symmetric now. I'm not going to bore you guys with going through a whole other video on fitting the handle and all that sort of stuff, but this, I just wanted to kind of show this as something that started out like this. So there's a lot of metal in one of these spikes, and you can draw out a whole lot of length with it. I plan on, once this is completed, I'm going to heat treat it. I'm going to heat treat it the same way I would, like for example, O1 steel. And again, you know, this is all a learning process. I'll see whether or not that kind of heat treatment yields the results I'm looking for. But I just wanted to kind of show off what you can get out of one of these like this. Thanks for watching.